Hi everybody, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to continue my series called Favourite 5, where I share my favourite 5 albums by a band or an artist, and also my favourite songs by that band or artist as well. And today's choice is Black Sabbath. Now, choosing the albums was quite hard. Choosing the songs was really hard, really problematic. So what I've got here is my favourite 5 albums and my favourite 5 songs. At least at the moment they're my favourite songs. Tomorrow may be different. So albums first. At number 5, Heaven and Hell. This is the first album that featured a change of lineup, and Ronnie James Dio from Rainbow came into the band. Tremendous cover, great album. He brought his Demons and Wizards, Dungeons and Dragons lyric writing to Black Sabbath to produce this really solid album, really good album. Ozzy had been in the album on the album before, Never Say Die, which was okay. The title track's good, Hard Road was good, and I saw them on that tour, and they were decent, but they were supported by Van Halen, who absolutely blew them away. So Ronnie James Dio coming into the band really rejuvenated the band, changed their sound slightly. He's not as distinctive as Ozzy, but he's a better vocalist in many ways than Ozzy, a really powerful voice. And I did see them round about this time as well, and they were fantastic. But this is a really good album. Good up-tempo start to this album with Neon Nights. They also have an up-tempo start to side 2 with Die Young, and in Children of the Sea they've got the first song they ever wrote together, which is great. The title track is also tremendous. So a really good album to feature a new vocalist. That's at number 5. At number 4, I've gone with their 4th album, which is Volume 4 on Vertigo Swirl. This has got some absolutely brilliant songs on it. Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow's Dream. I've never liked Changes. I've never liked that song with the piano-led thing. I didn't like it. Supernauts, Snowblind, tremendous song. And Under the Sun, some really good songs on their 4th album. And that's my 4th favourite Black Sabbath album. At number 3, their 3rd album, Master of Reality. This is the album that features Sweetleaf and Children of the Grave, and the super heavy Into the Void, which has got an insanely heavy, down-tuned, like heavy chords in it. It's just brilliant. So that's a really good album from them. That's at number 3. So the top 2 albums are interchangeable in my head, and today I've gone with, in second place, the album that's slightly less consistent than the other one, and that's their debut. I love the cover of this, and I think this is just a brilliant album. This is the album that changed everything, because this influenced a humongous amount of new bands, had a very distinctive sound. In Ozzy, a very distinctive vocalist, but in just the drum sound and the bass sound, and certainly the guitar doomy sound, certainly was a change of direction for rock bands, and lots of bands tried to emulate them, and this was a groundbreaking album. The title track that opens the album with its tolling bell and its thunder and lightning is just brilliant. The Wizard, NIB, is tremendous. There's a song on here called Evil Woman, Don't You Play Your Games With Me, which I don't think is on the US version. I think Wicked World was substituted in for that song. It's a cover of a song recorded by an American band called Crow, but I think it's pretty good. It was a single here in the UK. And the last song, Warning, is also a cover. It's a cover of a Ainsley Dunbar Retaliation song, and a really good version of it, which features some kind of guitar work from Tony Iommi, which is just tremendous. At quite a long point during that song, he's just playing the guitar alone, and it's just a great song. As I said, hugely influential album, just absolutely brilliant. I love the cover, love everything about it. But the top album for me is just slightly more consistent, and of course it's their classic Paranoid. Awful cover, but you know, the title track is magnificent. I don't ever tire of hearing that song. Actually, I know lots of people do, but in War Pigs, Iron Man, Fairies Wear Boots, there's just Hand of Doom. There's some tremendous songs on here. It's more consistent than their debut. I think their debut was recorded quite quickly and quite cheaply. I just think it's brilliant, but these are my top 2, a bit interchangeable. So what are my favourite 5 Black Sabbath songs? Now, I've wrestled with the 5th one, because I nearly went with a song from this album, in fact. This is the penultimate album with Ozzy, Technical Ecstasy, an album that really lacks an identity. It's a strange album, but the last song, Dirty Women, is just brilliant. It's just an amazing way to close the album with some absolutely fantastic guitar from Tony Iommi. So that nearly made it. But in the end, I chose a track from the Ronnie James Dio era of the band, which is the third track on side 2 of the second album that he did with them, Mob Rules, and it's Falling Off the Edge of the World, with a just insanely heavy riff. It's just brilliant. It's an absolutely epic song. If you've not heard it, I just think it's majestic, and that's at number 5. At number 4, I've gone with, if I can find it, a track from this album, from volume 4, and it's Supernaut. I love that song. It's just so good. It's so heavy, but then right in the middle of the song you've got this kind of like almost like jazz funky kind of drum bit in it. It's really bizarre, but it just works, and it's such a heavy song. Supernaut from volume 4 is my 4th favourite song by them. I love it. At number 3, we're going back to the Dio era of the band, and the title track from this, which is just, epic, is an understatement. The vocals are brilliant, but I think the unsung hero of this band is always Geezer Butler. The bass work on Heaven and Hell is fantastic. Martin Birch does a great production job on this album. The guitar work and the drums are also brilliant. The vocals are fantastic in Heaven and Hell, the song. I think it's an epic song, and it's my 3rd favourite. My 2nd favourite comes from Master of Reality, one of their heaviest songs, and it's Children of the Grave. I remember seeing them do that live, and it was so powerful, and it is in the studio, but it's just a brilliant song. So what's my favourite Black Sabbath song? My favourite Black Sabbath song would be the first song that you would have heard if you listened to them as they arrived in 1970. It's the title track and the first track from their debut album, and it's Black Sabbath. I think that song is just majestic. The song that changed everything. The riffing, the way it speeds up at the end with the guitar solo, the creepiness of it, the bells tolling at the start, the rain, the thunder. It's just an epic song, just a classic of the genre, a classic rock song, and one of the best rock songs ever made. And that's Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath from the album Black Sabbath, and that is my favourite song by them. My favourite 5 albums, my favourite 5 songs. Tell me what yours are in the comments below, and I'll be back sometime soon with another video. Cheers.